Hi, friends and fellow Earth Angels. It's Gladys. Happy New Year, friends. What I feel like I want to say what just happened. So in this first vlog, I want to share some insight into 2019, some of my thoughts on 2018, and I really want to talk about manifesting. So if you remember, in August of 2018, there were a bunch of, I think 6 or 7 or maybe 8 planets were retrograde, and it brought up a lot of energy for people. It was kind of like a cleansing. So the last quarter of 2018 was a push. It almost felt like a push through the birthing canal, or if you've been following me and I've been talking about the chrysalis, it was like the push out of the chrysalis. And I feel like now here we are in 2019, which from a lot of the people I've been talking to, their New Year's wasn't what they expected. It wasn't like this big, woohoo, yay, 2019 energy. It was almost this, what just happened energy. So I was sick. I got some type of stomach bug or food poisoning or some type of spiritual like exorcism. I have no idea what it was. I have never been sick like that. I am blessed with a beautiful immune system. So I've never had a stomach bug. I've never had food poisoning. It was literally a 8-hour thing and then it was gone. It was crazy. But I literally felt like I was purging the entire year. So I've struggled with unconditional love for myself for a long time. So 2018 for me was about getting to the core of who I am, who I want to be, how I want to feel, the type of people I want to work with and be around, and also to unconditional love for myself. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that it's no secret that I talk about eating disorders growing up and low self-esteem and all this type of stuff. And I've had no choice but to work through that, especially as I become more of a spiritual influencer, a divine channel, in more of a public way. So there will be more of me in the future. So last year was about really getting to the heart of it. So that food poisoning or spiritual revolt or whatever that was, that coming of releasing of whatever, for me was my first connection with unconditional love and nurturing for myself. It was intense. I separated from the judgment of I did something wrong, could I have prevented it, and I embraced the energy of allowing it to be what is. And my body was amazing at expelling, protecting, and nurturing me for whatever is in this, whatever was in my body. And it made me go deeper into the space of how God is, God and creator, that even though we're going through challenges and difficulties, we have to understand that God is purging something out of our system that doesn't need to be there. That could be a toxic energy, it could be a virus, it could be a bacteria, it could be something that's going to manifest and create problems down the road. So I looked at that whole experience from a higher perspective. Now, friends, it was pretty volatile and I never want to experience that again. And I was grateful to be able to experience it in the way that I did. But I think it's for us to really understand the essence of the 2018 energy and how it was like a violent, and I say violent in the essence of it was painful for a lot of people. It was difficult, it was challenging. And so as we shift into this 2019 energy, you have to understand that in this moment, you're in this recovery state. And for a few days after, so I ended up, I was blessed enough to marry a couple on New Year's Eve. And then I came home and I was in my bed sleeping for the new year. And for the couple days after that, I really needed to nurture myself. And I got this essence that I was in this recovery mode. I wasn't joyful. I wasn't sad. I was just in this neutral place that felt like recovery. So if you're feeling like there's all this hype about 2019 and woo, and you're not feeling that, understand that you're going through this like recovery mode. It's like when the butterfly comes out of the chrysalis and it's kind of hanging on to what it just came out of, and it's testing its wings. It's getting its bearings to the new environment. Like, what the heck just happened? So I want to validate that for you. I want to validate you're in this space of new energy. Now, tomorrow, Sunday, I'm hoping I'm going to get this up. I'm recording this on Saturday. I'm hoping, because I've been in recovery mode, I'm hoping to get this up tonight on my channel and get it out for people to listen to. But if you're listening to it after, it all resonates whenever you're watching it. So tomorrow, Sunday, all the planets will be direct. Woohoo! And a lot of the planets will be in their home energy. And we're also, today is the energy of the new moon. And we're also coming upon eclipse season. So the eclipse energy will come in as well. So if you've been feeling like, I don't know how I feel, I don't really know what's happening, nothing is really happening, that's good. That's exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And I say that word, it's exactly where you're supposed to be, because that's what you're supposed to be doing, being. When I was in Austin, Texas in November into December, I felt like Katrina and I, my friend and I, we were in this go with the flow energy. And I feel like us being together and navigating the energy together in the flow was the start of what was to be expected for 2019. So often it's like you have an intention to do something, or you show up somewhere and then it ends up being that it becomes something else. This is what I think what's going to happen a lot in 2019. Maybe you're going to show up for an appointment and something else will come up. But maybe you're going to end up going out and meeting somebody, and then you end up meeting somebody else or having a totally different experience. So I really want to plant the seeds of like the going with the flow energy. You're in this new environment, in this new energy. It's been a long time before since we felt this energy of the planets being in alignment. I'm not saying it's all great. And then there's this sense of home energy that's coming in. A lot of these planets are shifting into their home space. So home for you might be something that's coming up. The lack thereof, a lot of you made some adjustments and changes with family members and friendships. And so I feel like, you know, it's so easy to get sucked into all the challenges and all the this is going on and that's going on. And it's good if you're resonating with it. But I think sometimes we feel like we have to jump in and just do a reset and stuff. So I ask you to just kind of honor the space that you're in. Try not to jump into something that's too much right away, and really shifting into being in the space that you're in. I am loving Mel Robbins. She is doing a 35-day mindset reset. And the thing that I love the most of it is I don't have to do anything but watch and listen and acquire information. And it is exactly kind of what I need to understand my mind, to understand my feelings and how it all works. And it's a powerful place right now, but be mindful that you're not falling into the trap of the old programs, or I do this every year, I do that every year, and forcing yourself. It is a powerful manifesting time, and I wanted to talk about manifesting. So manifesting, creating, comes from the energy of feeling. And now this 2019 energy is going to be a creative year for a lot of people. We're going to probably see a lot more content out there, a lot of people more creating things, a lot of companies and stuff coming out with new stuff. It's a powerful year to kind of support that creative energy. But remember, it's in its infancy and everything needs to grow. It's like the shoots have come up from the ground and now it's getting the lay of the land and kind of checking out this new environment. So with manifesting is all about feeling energy. And a lot of times people set intentions or resolutions for the new year to come. And visualization is powerful. And many of you have heard, and maybe you haven't, how being able to visualize and feel in the visualization process is powerful. So you'll see a lot of athletes, a lot of musicians, when they're going into this place of needing to perform, they'll go into this space of visualization and seeing their routine or seeing them cross the finish line or going through the process, going through the steps. And it's really powerful in that sense. And one of the things that I want to share about that is how important it is to get the feeling energy and the visualization from the place of you're worthy and deserving of receiving. A lot of times we fall into the trap of manifesting from the lack place. Like you'll go to the space, so for example, if it's money, and you want to create financial security for yourself, or you want to pay off a credit card. A lot of times the reason why that you want to pay off that credit card or those credit card bills or something is because you're feeling the pain of struggling with it. So then that idea comes up and it's saying, well, I want to manifest the payment of this because I'm tired of the pain I'm experiencing from it, which unfortunately law of attraction and that energy doesn't know good or bad, and all of its feeling is that lack of vibration. So if you can go to the space and set the intention that I want to pay off this credit card because I'm worthy and deserving of financial freedom, and it's going to feel so good to be released from this energy. You see the difference? So I'm worthy and deserving of this true love vibration, not because I'm so sick and tired of being single, but because I'm worthy and deserving of this committed, beautiful relationship in my life. You see the difference in the energy? I'm hoping that you're feeling that. And there's this feeling of worth and value, and I need to be in this space. Now, it may be a little bit of a challenge for you to get into that worth and value state or space. So this is where I say always go up to Creator, God, Source. Connect with that energy. Imagine your heart connected to His heart. So for me, I love water. So for me, it's imagining my heart being in this abyss of this grand ocean energy and being supported. Now, I love the ocean. I love the water. I'm a water sign. But if that's not for you, you can imagine this sacred, divine white light. Imagine your heart going up and being nestled and cradled into this sacred, divine white light. It's warm, it's protective, it's healing, it's sacred. So before you go into that manifesting state or that visualization of I want this in my life or I want to bring this in my life, go to that sacred space of feeling nurtured and protected and comforted. And then from there, ask God to show you or download you or bless you with the feeling of worth and value, that you are this child of Creator and you are worthy and deserving of all those desires that are within you. So if you can set that sacred space first, before you go into the visualization, you're now intensifying that energy of worth and value. And guess what? You can't help but be a magnet for it to come into your life. So as you're consciously visualizing and creating be mindful of the space that you're in and where you're coming from. For me, I would love to create a sacred home for myself. I would love to be in a space that I can do my videos, talk with clients, be in that space. So I can't get there if I'm coming from the space of lack. I'll never be able to afford it. It's overwhelming. The market this, the market that, and I want to be in this space. You see the mismatch? So when I go in and thinking like God is the master of the universe and he can show me the steps I need to take to navigate to get to that place. See the difference? I hope you're seeing the difference. So as we're in this new moon energy is a time to bring on, to bring in, oh boy, hold on one second. I have my cards set up, but I forgot that I have Moonology cards. So I'm gonna pull a moon card too as we're in the new moon energy. Sorry, just had a moment. Getting back to space. So as you're in the space of manifesting and creating, as you're putting that energy out, capitalizing on this vibration of the new moon energy. The new moon, remember, it's the energy of growing. We're in a shadow space and the moon is now growing bigger and bigger to its full. So now is an amazing time to set your intentions. Now is a time to work on manifesting and creating. Probably many of you have been in this recovery space and being in this space of like, okay, well, how do I feel and what's going on? So if you can shift your mindset into this worth and value and worthy and deserving of, you can bring it in so much faster. 2019 is the year of miracles, and we started to make all these shifts and changes into like what it is that we do want. I'm looking at this box. Inside the cover of the box, it says, "Let the moon be your guide." I love that. I am such a moon girl, friends. I'm a moon girl, friends. And I just want to, sorry, I should have gotten these cards ready before I started. I didn't think about it until right now. So as you're setting intentions, as you're being in this energy of the new moon, and even if you listen and listen to this video after the new moon, you've got a couple weeks in order for you know, that energy to grow. So you have some time. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do a few things at once. So let me focus. I wanted to talk about the new moon. I wanted to talk about the eclipse energy. Now, I have to say, I don't know all the specifics. I'm not an astrologer. There are amazing astrologers out there. I have to say, I really enjoy watching Shannon Port. I had a reading from her in December last year that was amazing. And she's really great, tapping into the divine feminine energy, the archetypes, and what's going on with the planets. But like I said, I do know that this energy is in Capricorn, and Capricorn can be like a shadow space, a shadow energy. So maybe you still have some of this old residual stuff coming up. 2019 is going to be the time of like action and implementing things. I think a lot of things are going to be new. A lot of things that you didn't expect, I think, are going to come to light in the positive, in a good way. And so it's important to ask and connect with God and allow that energy to be your compass, your guide through. My energy with Archangel Michael has shifted. So Michael, yeah, I say so often, he's sirens, you know, helps on the way, he's protecting you. Michael has shifted into like my bodyguard energy, and he walks ahead of me, but he's very close, protecting me. And then my power animals have been coming to light lately. So on my right side, I walk with the grizzly bear. And then on the left of my totem, power animal energy, is the black panther. And then on my crown, I work with the energy of the owl. And then there's the sparrow and the cricket. Talk about wild energy, right? So they have really stepped up into my vibration for this coming year. I've kind of forgot about that energy. And then I have this, now this is going to sound crazy to some of you, but some of you are going to totally get it. Then I have this red dragon that I dreamt of. And this dragon has been this force, fire, energy coming up for me, but it is so amazing in its essence. So I've been so attracted to the red color lately. I think that's going to be my theme color this year. But anyway, if you would like me to do more videos on like power animals or visualization or angels, or let me know in the comments, send me an email. I'm still trying to navigate how to create content and what information is valuable. I've been doing this for like 11 years and there's so much information that I have. I'm not 100% on the space that people are in and what you want to hear about and what you want to learn about. I have a lot of insight about a lot of things. And one thing I can guarantee you, I will always come from that divine place. God, source, creator, universe, energy, unconditional love, vibration. It is primary in my life. I not only just talk about it and work with it, I live it and breathe it. And I'm challenged in many ways, just like you are too. But this channel, with the readings that I do, the work that I put out there, it will always come from that highest vibration of unconditional love. It will always come from a place of being a spiritual influencer, being a role model of the divine. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect and I'm always going to get it right. But know that this is a sacred space that you can come to when you're feeling out of sorts. The readings on my Heavenly Hugs YouTube channel, even though they are readings specifically to a week, they are for you to access at any time you need something. So don't feel like just because the week is over that that energy doesn't resonate with you. I'm praying that this channel will support the Earth Angel community in a sacred space that you can go to seek solace and comfort, because we really do. I think so many of us struggle with that feeling of not enough, that feeling of loneliness, that feeling of wanting to feel connected or be part of a community. So I was guided last year to start creating that, and I'm still developing. I have no idea what it's going to be. You're going to help me with that. But I think it's important for me to be a presence and a guide and a spiritual influencer. I'm up and coming, and I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know what's going to be happening. I'm totally in the flow right now. So I am open to any comments or guidance that things that you're liking, things that you would like me to do more of. Remember, it's a sacred space. I'm not going to resonate with everybody. I may resonate with you for a moment in time. Trust that. Take in whatever resonates and dump the rest. Please don't put me on a pedestal. Please don't see me as somebody who has all the answers, because I don't. I am just sharing what's in my heart. I've done a lot of deep inner work this year through therapy and my own spiritual work and practices that I do. So I feel like going forward in 2019, this channel's going to grow. I'm going to grow, and know that this, again, is a sacred space for you to come and seek support. Same thing with my newsletters. If you're getting my newsletters and what I put out, I really want to share information that I feel can be supportive of you, and just understand, like, things are changing. I may adjust still a little bit. I'm still kind of in this growth process myself. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for letting me be this beacon of light and this guide. And I want to channel some messages for 2019. Let me start first with the moon energy, since we're coming into this new moon for 2019, first new moon. And let's see, moon energy, tap into that beautiful energy of the moon. What message do you have for us? have faith in your dreams. I mean, oh gosh, I love how all this energy supports. So it's the waxing crescent moon, and it says, have faith in your dreams. And if you notice, it's all the flowers are coming up, and then there's that beautiful butterfly. The butterfly is an energy that I've been resonating a lot with lately in the transformation. And if you notice, that butterfly is taking flight with the moon. So it says, have faith in your dreams. This goes back to my messages about manifesting. Have faith that the universe is going to bring you in your vibration all that you know in your heart to be true. You know, we have these thoughts and these feelings and these ideas that come up, but remember, it all takes time to build. It all takes time to create. It all takes time. It's all a process to come into form. So we can't always see things are happening, but things are happening behind the scenes. That's why I feel like that energy of the worth and the value and being in that space of, God, I know in my heart that this is something I'm supposed to be doing. I know in my heart that this is the space I'm in. But no, you got to also clear out all that other stuff, the limiting beliefs. When I was sitting with the energy of a home and a house, a lot of fears came up for me. And I had to sit with why I was having these fears. And maybe those were what was blocking my energy and my vibration to it coming in. And I sat with those and I talked to God about it. So, you know, when you're in this manifesting space and creating intentions, you really do need time to be able to process it all. And that is the magnificent power of the divine feminine energy. It's the abyss of going within to this depth of knowledge and wisdom that you're already equipped with, that you already have as part of your tools. So this message is saying, have faith in your dreams. Don't give up on it. Know that it's just going to take time for things to manifest and grow. So my original intention for these cards were to give you messages from Creator. So I have my Light and Love cards by Doreen Virtue. And I want to start with pulling a message from God first. And no angels today. I'm just going to pull a message. Oh, I do have my crystal angels. But my intention is for us to connect with that higher power and get messages from him for the 2019 energy. Okay. So the message is, see everything through the eyes of love. So the message on the card says, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. Corinthians 13:4-5. So see everything through the eyes of love. This 9-year cycle that we're in, it started in 2017 and it's going to go till about 2025. This cycle that we're in is about reintegrating the energy of true love back on the planet. So 2018 was us separating from things that weren't loving, that weren't gentle, that weren't kind, that didn't resonate with the earth angel, caregiver, healer, sacred energy of love. And so it's like that energy was like purging in 2018. There was a lot of cocoon energy, a lot of separating from. And we really need to tap into the inner wisdom of the heart, which is that sacred energy from above. And I feel like God is asking us to see everything through the eyes of love, meaning that everybody's coming from somewhere, from something. And I can make the mistake of getting defensive sometimes, or I can make this, I'm aware of that my interactions with some people have been like feeling defensive, or I've got to defend myself, or it's about me. And what I realized in 2018 is not about me. And that was a hard nugget. Like I had to pull out and deal with my own like insecurities and my faults and my judgments of myself and the harshness that I've been with myself. And so as we're clearing and we're reintegrating the energy of true love back on the planet, we've got to love ourselves first. And I get so frustrated because I keep hearing that so often. Gladys, you got to love yourself. You got to love yourself. And I'm like, but I do love myself. And then something comes up and I'm like, oh yeah, I still gotta move through that. Oh yeah, I see that. And it was actually when that, it was actually that 2018 purge when I got sick. That was when, for the first time, and I think that I can ever remember, I truly had unconditional love for myself. And I truly nurtured myself and I allowed the process to happen. Friends, my body, like every half hour, and I'm going to spare you the details, but it was amazing. I watched the time and it was like, and not like, oh my God, time's going by, but and it almost like, okay, it's coming. Sure enough, well, it started coming and then I realized that there was a pattern. I'm like, this is amazing. My body is like clockwork. So there's something that's going on inside of my body and it's taking this process and this pattern and then it's purging and releasing. And I would get like really hot and sweaty and then I would purge and then I would get really freezing cold and just withdrawn. And I was going through this process of thinking like, oh my God, my body is amazing. Now I have to say, I've said earlier that, you know, I've rejected my body for many years, and I attracted people who would reject my body or take advantage or all this type of stuff. And so as we're going into the space, seeing everything through the eyes of love, that starts with here first. So if you're making mistakes or you're being challenged or you're struggling, see it through the eyes of love. See it through, and as this card comes out, where it says love is patient, love is kind, it's not about you in love with somebody else. I feel like this card is saying it's about you in love for yourself. And when you're loving on yourself, you're patient with yourself, you're kind with yourself. Love is not jealous or boastful. You're not like jealous of other people that are excelling or proud or even rude to yourself. It does not demand its own way. So if you're like demanding, like I want this or I need this or I'm so frustrated, you're coming from this place of that lack vibration, and all you've got to do is notice it. Oh, there it is again. And then tell yourself, I am worthy and deserving of love. I am worthy and deserving of receiving all these things. And it totally gives you an opportunity to shift the energy. So kind of have like a little display here. I couldn't do a reading, as I've been talking about butterflies, without my butterfly cards. So these are Butterfly Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. So I want to tap into the energy of you and me and the Earth Angel Collective in this transformation place. I want to use the butterfly cards to give us a message of, now that we're out of the chrysalis, we're getting our bearings, what do we need to know? Support. See how beautiful the card is? Look at the wings. The daisy. Is that a daisy? I think it's a daisy. And the message is support. So, as I was saying earlier, my hope is that this channel and the work that I do can be a support for you. I feel like 2018, there was a lot of loneliness and purging of like the shadow stuff, the shadow energy. And now finding support in new ways. So I went into 2018 not allowing any support in. I realized that I didn't really have a good support system. I didn't have a really good network of people, and I was doing it all on my own. And I'm telling you, it was exhausting. So it was very lonely and isolating. And so I committed to make a change. And I have to tell you, throughout the year, I became close with two, three or four really great people that I can really lean on, who are doing their own inner work. And I realized like what a gift it was to bless myself to allow support in my life. Support from like healthy, loving people who are doing their own inner work. So I feel like this is what the butterfly says. To get where you want to be in the space that you're worthy and deserving of, you really need to let support in your life. So if you're feeling like you're isolated and you're figuring it out on your own and nobody understands you and gets you, guess what? Creator does. Nestle closer to that energy. Many tears for me last year about loneliness and calling in the universe to bring supportive, loving people. But in order to do that, I had to shift out of the energy of giving to the takers. And I really had to make some adjustments. And again, I'm not gonna lie, it's not always the easiest process, but it is transformative and it's powerful, and it is, what's the word I wanna use? Transformative, powerful, and enlightening, to say the least. So now I have my Oracle of the Angels. I have the, oh, you can see I have the card decks like right there. Oracle of the Angels. I love these. And again, we're going to get another one-word message for us, 2019. Ah! Letting go. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream. I have my mic on. I don't know how loud that was. But letting go. Yes. Look at this beautiful energy. So you see how she has her, let's see if it can focus. You see how she has her hands up and she's bringing in, and there's this sparkly energy of the divine coming in. It's like letting go of like the earthly, shoulda, coulda, woulda, letting go of those earthly attachments to things and being able to simplify. That's been something that's coming up for a lot of people lately too, is letting go and purging the things that are weighing you down, the things that are creating more financial drain, the clothes, the material things in the house, being able to release those emotions. Again, I like to imagine if I have something I'm sitting with or struggling with and I'm having a hard time letting it go, I try to move to the place of acceptance. If I can accept that this is where I am now, if I can accept this, then from there I can move forward one step at a time. So for me, my visualization, and again, water, because it's my thing, but you can do this in any ways. So me being a water sign, I imagine myself putting my burdens, my pain, whatever I'm carrying that I want to release, I imagine putting it in a boat, and I imagine pushing the boat off into the water where the energy just kind of takes in and supports it and like transmutes it and releases it. If you're a fire sign, you can imagine that you're putting it on a piece of paper and burning it and letting it disintegrate. If you're an earth sign, you can imagine burying it within the earth. Or if you're an air sign, you can imagine, like, you know those weeds, but I think they're, what are they? Oh God, what are they called? Dandelions? The ones that you wish on. If you're an air sign, you can imagine all those burdens in that dandelion. I think it's a dandelion. And just imagine yourself blowing them and the wind taking them away. Utilize your sign, your energy, the power that you have, that what you are gifted with, to transmute this energy. We're all magical. We're all alchemists. We're all transformative. And if you can embrace it away from like mysticism and embrace it as your true inner power, it is so powerful and effective. And so I feel like this month we're going to be asked to like let shit go, let stuff go, being in that space of releasing. And so let me see the number. So the number is 42. 4 is the angel number, and 2 is have faith. Have faith. Everything's going to be okay. So all you have to do is be okay with things coming and going in and out of your life, allowing them to be what they are. the whole thing with letting go can sometimes be hard because it feels like another thing that you have to do that you're not doing. So if you can shift that energy into the acceptance vibration, if you can accept, this is where I am right now. You may not like it, but if you can accept that this is where you are and this is what's happening from there, you can move forward one step at a time. And in that, you're allowing more energy for support to come in. And then I want to finish with my Crystal Angels deck. I'm just loving this deck. This is my Crystal Angels. And we'll finish. So we'll invoke the energy of the crystals, of the earth energy. Okay, these are still new, so they're still a little sticky. All right. Whoop. One final message for us. Emerald. Ceremonies and celebrations. Let's see if I can show you. See, that reminds me of Archangel Raphael. Raphael is the angel of healing. Look at that beautiful energy. Emeralds. I love that color. It says it's a time of important life passages, such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries. So I feel like this is coming in as a sacred time. So for some of you, you may be experiencing those things. There are a lot of babies coming this year. Everywhere I look, somebody's pregnant. God bless you. The energy on the other side was like, we have to get in there. This is crazy. So a lot of you are having, or the planet are having, a lot of these sacred babies that are coming in, and they're coming to parents that are going to be able to honor their gifts and the treasures that they're coming in with. So I feel like this is, again, a time for important life passages. So this is something literal for you, but this is also something spiritual for you. It's like a passing through a birthing canal, a popping through the ground like the shoots. It's a coming out of the chrysalis time. So sitting with emeralds, invoking that energy, the healing energy of the emerald, that can be powerful as you're channeling this energy, this supportive energy from the divine, from the higher energies. And I think, again, we're gonna bring it back full circle with have faith in your dreams. Know that everything takes time. It's all coming. It's all coming. It's all coming. It's all coming. So have faith and trust, whatever that is to you. Okay. I am going to finish this. This has gone on long enough. I thank you for listening. I am in the process of having my website designed. I've been talking about it, but it is in creator mode right now. It is actually being worked on and created as we speak. And so I will have stuff on a calendar soon. I know you're asking me about Reiki classes. I also think it is incredibly important to tap into the energy of intuition. I had a class that I was teaching about intuition and teaching how to channel angels and stuff, and it didn't feel right, so I stopped teaching it. But I understand now that I need to use aspects of that class to teach people about visualization and intuition. So there is going to be more classes on that and giving you some insight on how to tap into that divine feminine energy, that intuition, that inner voice and guidance. So whether it be day-long training here in Rhode Island, or I do little blips of information on my YouTube channel, I'm not sure yet. I would also like to kind of create like an online check-in thing. So that's coming as well. I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody who knows and understands the ins and outs of YouTube and Instagram. I need to work with somebody who can be, so that I can do my work and channeling. I need somebody who is on the precipice or has that passion or that desire to create videos, to do social media marketing. Maybe you don't have a platform, you know that you love this, but you're kind of a behind the scenes person. It's not about just posting. It's about creating content that can be valuable. Again, video editing and things like that. If you're out there and it's something that you want to do that is really a focus for you, there are some YouTubers out there that I'm really enjoying the work that they're doing. Like I said, I'm in the midst of a whole new social media marketing transformation for myself. There'll be new pictures out there, a new website, a new design. So if there's somebody out there, or if you know somebody, maybe you have a child, a teenager, maybe somebody in college, or maybe somebody in high school who is looking to be able to, if they're really good at it and they're looking to maybe learn more through it, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not necessarily looking to hire a big company. I'm looking for somebody who's more in the infancy, who's really got a knack, got a really knack to see what is out there on social media and how to grow and expand. And I say I'm not looking for, but I don't even really know. So I'm putting it out there. So contact me, Gladys at heavenly-hugs.com. I will put a link in the description below. And I thank you for listening, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.